Hi there, I'm Laura Okmin, pleased to be joined by Dawn Harper, who is fresh off a silver medal in the 100-meter hurdles. She also won gold in Beijing in 2008 and a bronze in the 2011 World Championships. Is there anything else as I try to get all of that out? And also, to her right, our gold medalist, Maurice Greene, who we're going to do a little tag team with this interview. But first...
And let it be known, I'm the one who got her to come in today.
Yes, he did.
Thank you.
I know.
He's very humble since
He
you
is
know
very
him.
much so.
Are you okay if we make it about her for a minute?
No, it's all about her.
Okay.
This is her time.
I want to start with this because you've been making headlines on top of headlines
A little bit.
the last couple of days, but you were talking about raising a great point of which athletes' stories get covered and which ones don't. So I want to start by saying, when you're standing there on the medal stand and everyone is looking at you and learning your name, what is the story you want them to know about you?
You know, that I am also an individual that have had to make tons of sacrifices, you know, from being raised in East St. Louis. You know, I mean, it's not necessarily the greatest place to, you know, have a great support system and things of that nature, but I did have a great family, but started running track when I was 12, but had to deal with a career, you know, threatening knee surgery at sophomore year in high school. So that was something that was really tough. Went to UCLA, dealt with a ton of injuries. But then when 2008, 2 months before trials, I had knee surgery. And many people tweak something on in a toe or something, and they can't even make it back to make a team. So I feel like in 2008, to make the team by .007, 007 girl, I felt like that was something really hard to do. I had to really believe in myself time and time again through each round and to say I can do it. And then to go and still not have a contract in 2008, running Michelle Perry shoes in the finals because I didn't have any spikes of my own. Once again, I feel like, you know, I had to overcome so much because the world didn't know who I was. Literally, when I remember after I ran that race, the first reporter came to me, he turned to a clean sheet of paper and said, "Now, who are you again?" And I had tears in my eyes because I'm thinking like, wow, if I made it to the finals, I would have thought you could have at least known my name. And then after that, in 2010, once again, I had knee surgery, and the doctors told me, because of what we found in your knee, you never may hurdle again. And I'm thinking, but I am, at the time, I'm 25 years old. You just told me that I may never hurdle. There's so much more in this sport that I have to give, that I want to give, because, you know, I do have fans out there. And he told me the first time that you'll know if you'll hurdle again is the first time you try and go over a hurdle. And I held it off as long as I could, and Bobby Kersey pretty much came to my face and said, "Suck it up, go over this hurdle." And that was about 3 weeks before a first race. So, and then I'm here today, and honestly, I want everyone to know I don't hate anyone. Everyone has a story, and I respect everyone's story. And I think that it's great, but I just want to say that, I mean, I've overcome some things as well, and I know that there are going to be more obstacles to overcome, but I think it's just making me a stronger person.
Let me ask you something then, because if you were in charge of a media outlet and you had thousands of Olympians, thousands of athletes to cover, what would you do? How would you want us to cover track and field?
Okay, that's a very good question. I like that. Many athletes have said that we feel as if each year, I understand, you know, you have some people that have just dominated an event, and we get that. And yes, they should definitely get coverage, because if you work that hard and you can maintain and stay on top, yes, you deserve the publicity. But each year, you should also pick other athletes, different athletes that have a story, newcomers, vets that have been there for a very long time that maybe haven't broken through. And it's kind of like, hey, you know, why not? What's going on? Because a person, Adam, he's a thrower for us. This year, he has been on team after team, medal after medal, and the reason why he couldn't make the team is because he was still trying to work jobs to support himself and then go and train, him and his family. So I just feel like we've said, us athletes, that you should also pick other athletes different throughout the years, not the same.
How much do you, because you have a big part in this too, do you have to worry about not just doing your sport, but you worried about your image? You are larger than life, so how much of that is your responsibility? And some of you do it better, and how much is that part of the responsibility you have to get your name out there?
Well, I mean, it is a little bit up to you, but it's about the team that you have around yourself. Because the team that I had, I went through training. It's not like when I first started, I was just the person who can get in front of the media and do all the things. You have to be prepared for that. And you make mistakes as you go along, but as you get better at presenting yourself to people. And that's what it's all about. It's just how you want to present yourself to the world and get the opportunity, because we get so little opportunities to do it. So when we get that one opportunity, you have to make a big impact.
Yeah, very true.
So right now, in the middle of this moment, this silver moment, we're sitting here looking at your silver medal, Cam. If you want to like show it off, if you want to do that.
Man, in your face.
I can't believe you're not in there. I can't
I know,
believe you
right?
didn't get in there.
No,
somehow.
hey, this is her time. You know what? Dawn has done so much for the event and for our sport.
Tell me what.
She is the past, not this time, in Beijing. She won the gold medal in somebody else's shoes. Do you wish you had them other shoes last night?
I
mean,
know,
you know,
right? Michelle could have gave me a little oomph there.
Yeah,
I know.
that's all you
Yeah.
needed.
Finally had my own
But
pair
I
of
mean,
shoes.
no, she's done so much, and I'm just so proud.
Thank you. Thank you.
So with you sitting here getting all this attention, yesterday and today I'm sure has been a blur in terms of all the
Little bit,
talking.
little bit.
But all of a sudden you're talking about
Yes.
not about the event necessarily, but also about everything else going on with the attention. So I'm wondering if that's a good thing, where you're like, okay, my story's finally getting out there, even if I'm talking about something I didn't assume I was going to be talking about.
Yeah, I do think it's a good thing. Like you said, I didn't think it would have come about this way, but I mean, it is what it is, and I just know that, you know, now that the camera is on me, I want to stay in a positive light. You know, the things that are coming now, some people on Twitter and things are saying, you know, that I honestly believe if you go back and replay the tape and look at my words, no one else's, you will see that I didn't bash anyone. All I'm saying is that I've come from a very, very hard, an interesting background as in track-wise. I mean, I just think back to even when I had to work 3 jobs when I graduated because I didn't have a contract, and I said, I want to make track work. So the fact that I'm just going to tell my story, it's a blessing. At the end of the day, when I tell you, I lay my head down at night with a smile on my face because I know that whoever my teammates are that walk by me, I kid you not, I'm wishing them all the luck in the world because at the end of the day, it comes down to that line. When we race, all bets are off. Everybody knows we're going for it. When you cross the line, it is what it is. And, you know, I mean, just respect the competitors.
I have a question. How, out of all the things that you've been through,
Yes.
all the surgeries
Yes.
and everything else, how do you keep that mental focus to keep pushing on, to keep wanting to get better, or to come back from your surgery when they tell you that you're not going to be able to compete again?
I honestly think back to the time when I fell in love with track. 12 years old was when I started, and I remember that I had a passion for it. Started hurdling in the 8th grade, and I remember just the joy of going over the top of the hurdles and thinking, I have a gift at this. And it's nothing like when you run that nice race, when that trail leg, lead leg comes up and over. You guys may not necessarily be able to relate on this topic, but when that lead leg, trail leg comes up and over the top, to me, when I love watching the hurdles, I say it's poetry in motion. When you see that nice race, 12:37 and Sally ran 12:35, that was poetry in motion. When you see that it was 2 competitors battling it out, you have tried to perfect your craft time after time. I think of those moments, and that says, you know what, I have more to give. I want to go after the world record one day. I know that I can. Me and Bobby Kersey, we are laying it out, you know, all out there for everybody to see. And I'm blessed to be out there, and each morning I wake up, I do not want to take my gift for granted because I felt it almost slip away from me before.
When you're up at the medal stand, what are you thinking about? Is it the struggles or is it the triumphs? What's going through your head as you're standing there? Because you've done that a lot lately.
I have. It's so cool. Honestly, when you see that flag go up, you realize they are raising that flag because of me for my country. As a young kid, I remember saying the national anthem. You sing this, you say that, and you learn all the different things about the U.S. when it started, when it was established, and, you know, just everything about the U.S., and you realize that you, this little person, is standing on this podium to represent all of those things that your country stands for. Now you're saying, I am also what my country stands for. You know, greatness on this podium. We can rise above all the other things that are going on in the world and say, come together, our countries compete, and may the best be the best.
If you had a hand right now in what we were talking about before, in covering women, because this has been like the girl power Olympics. So there's right? So how do you, going forward, what do you want people to learn from the conversation you've been starting about how we should be covering women athletes?
Oh, wow. That we are fierce competitors. We are women, yes, but we know when to say when. We say, you know what, when I go out there, I'm going to pull my hair back in this ponytail, slick it down, do what I need to do to get that job done and cross the line first. And you see, as soon as we cross, we are back to, oh, I'm so pretty, I'm a woman again, hello, respect me, haha. You know, because we hold ourselves to a certain standard. When we step out on that track, we understand what the uniform, in any sport, we understand what we're representing. Like I said, we're fierce competitors. We are out there to perform. We respect you, we respect others. Just respect us.
And I said the women are going to perform in this year Olympic
did.
Games. This is
We
going to
did.
be the time for the women. The women are going to really step up.
That is for sure. Dawn Harper, such a pleasure. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for watching. Make sure to keep it logged on right here to foxsports.com.